Robert and Lisa, confident and poised, sit across from Eleonora in a grand courtroom. Their eyes flicker with determination as they seek to claim their share of the joint estate. Years ago, they believed her to be frail and forgetful, an aging woman whose worth was diminishing. Today, they rely on legal maneuvering, convinced that her memory, her past sacrifices, and her heartbreak will be their ticket to wealth. Eleonora, watching quietly, knows their scheme well. She's seen these games before, played her own hand. She has nurtured a plan for years, patiently waiting for the right moment to turn the tables. Their intentions are clear, but so is her resolve. The courtroom buzzes with hushed whispers, the tension thick. For them, this is about money, monetary ruin and victory. For her, it's a battle to reclaim her dignity, her identity. As the judge mediates, Eleonora's eyes flicker from her adversaries to the judge, knowing this isn't just a legal skirmish, but a crossroads for her future and a lesson on betrayal. The last words echo, justice must be served. But Eleonora's mind races, knowing that victory here is only the beginning of her true revenge. Lisa, young and confident, claims her victory, holding the keys to what she calls her future, her new, pristine home, an estate she's acquired with Robert's support, and now, with what she believes is Eleonora's capitulation. She's convinced her cunning maneuver has broken the old woman's spirit. From her vantage point, Lisa views the world through a lens of ambition, confident she's outsmarted her rival, an aging wife who sacrificed her prime years. Eleonora observes silently, adjusting her composure, knowing her time is coming. This house, glittering and full of promise, is Lisa's symbol of victory, yet Eleonora sees beneath the surface. Her mind drifts to the sacrifices she made, the love she gave, and her own sacrifices. She's not about to let this be her final chapter. She softly steps into the room, her presence commanding, and yet serene, a subtle warning that the game has just begun. Her eyes linger on Lisa's smug smile, and she begins to formulate her ultimate move, one that will turn their confidence into despair. Desperation may have driven Lisa and Robert to seize what they believed was their right, but Eleonora's calm is a testament to the years of planning behind the scenes. She signs the last paper, her pen steady, her expression unreadable. The deal is sealed. She agrees to transfer the house, but only under certain conditions. Her fingers tighten around the pen briefly as memories flood in, late nights alone, moments of silent sacrifice, the love she poured into their family. She's aware of her own power at this moment, wielded subtly like a dagger tucked away in her sleeve. Each signature is a silent scream of defiance, an act of reclaiming her dignity. As she finishes, her eyes bore into Lisa, who beams with triumph. But Eleonora knows that her true victory lies in her future plans, in the unseen moves she's yet to make. This signing marks not just a transaction, but a carefully crafted chess move that will shake the foundation of their illusion of control. The house, or rather, the estate, stands as a monument to ambition, but Eleonora's eyes see something more. It's a fortress forged from years of pain and silent resilience. She spent decades nurturing her family, shielding her loved ones from storms, pouring her heart into a life she believed was meaningful. Now, years later, she stands at the threshold, watching the sunset bleed red and gold across the sky, knowing that her sacrifices were woven into every brick. Yet, beneath the surface, she feels a flicker of something unexpected: freedom. She notes that the house, once a symbol of her submission, is now her bargaining chip. And when those doors close tonight, they won't just be shutting out the sunset, they'll be sealing her new chapter, forged from unyielding will. She takes a deep breath, inhales the fresh evening air, and begins to plan her future, one where her strength will finally be recognized. Decades ago, Eleonora's life was simple, filled with love, hopes, and the promise of a shared future. Those black and white photographs hold the quiet happiness of her youth, memories of wedded bliss, children's laughter, and dreams built from the ground up. She spent her life nurturing her family, pouring every ounce of herself into building a life with Robert. But as time passed, the cracks appeared, hidden beneath layers of daily routines and quiet sacrifices. Then, the betrayal came, Robert's secret chase after youth, leaving her for a younger woman and abandoning the vows they once cherished. That betrayal burned deep, yet Eleonora endured, transforming pain into strength. She recognizes now that her true happiness isn't tied to the house or material possessions but in her own independence. She's no longer the woman who would be easily manipulated. That chapter has closed. Those photographs remind her of what she's endured, and the future she's finally ready to create on her own terms. The moment of reckoning arrives inside the heart of her home, where memories of love and betrayal collide. Robert, once Eleonora's partner, now stands on the precipice of regret, caught between his past promises and present actions. Lisa eyes him with a mixture of triumph and guilt, knowing the manipulations that led them here. Eleonora's calm voice cuts through the tense space, each word deliberate. She's aware that her years of silent suffering have prepared her for this confrontation. She's finally ready to speak the truths she kept hidden. She reminds Robert of the vows they took, of the life they built, and of the unspoken sacrifices only a woman like her can understand. Her words sting, not because she seeks revenge, but because she seeks peace, yet she knows that silence is no longer her ally. The room hums with unspoken truths, and for the first time in years, Eleonora feels the strength of her voice, the power to end this chapter and to begin anew. Dawn breaks over her life as she gazes out the window, a quiet smile playing on her lips. After years of enduring betrayal, heartache, and sacrifice, she finally understands her own worth. This garden, once a symbol of her nurturing and patience, now represents her rebirth. Every flower blossoming in the morning light whispers stories of resilience and hope. Electricity pulses in her veins as she realizes that her greatest act of rebellion lies not in revenge, but in reclaiming her happiness on her own terms. She's lived through the storm, and like the garden outside, she's ready to bloom again, in her own time, in her own way. The pain, the setbacks, and the betrayals are part of her story, tapestry of her strength. She has no regrets, only a determined hope that this chapter will lead her to genuine freedom, happiness, and self-love. With her plan set in motion, Eleonora steps confidently into the future, her steps light and deliberate. The park around her hums with life, children playing, lovers strolling, old trees whispering secrets. She's no longer bound by the chains of societal expectations or betrayal, she's rediscovered herself amidst nature's quiet strength. The sunlight filters through leaves, casting a golden glow on her face, as if blessing her newfound independence. She contemplates her next moves, not out of anger but from a place of peace. Every step she takes echoes a message. Her worth isn't measured by possessions or the approval of others, but by her resilience and ability to rise after falling. Somewhere inside her, a fierce flame of hope burns brighter than ever before, and she's finally ready to embrace her new life, her own story, one of courage, transformation, and self-discovery. Art becomes Eleonora's refuge, an outlet for her emotions and a testament to her rebirth. Over the years, she's rediscovered her creative soul, channeling pain into colors and shapes that speak truths words cannot. Her studio is filled with canvases, each one telling a story of resilience and hope. This newfound passion is her armor against the world's cruelties, her way of asserting her existence beyond the roles imposed upon her. With each brushstroke, she reconnects with the youthful spirit she thought was lost. Her art becomes her voice, her victorious cry against those who dismissed her as old and useless. In this sacred space, Eleonora transforms her suffering into beauty, proving to herself that her worth is infinite, and that she's capable of creating new worlds, one stroke at a time. Night descends, and Eleonora finds herself on her balcony, gazing at the shimmering city below, each light a promise of endless possibilities. Her mind drifts through memories, those bitter betrayals, moments of heartbreak, and the silent sacrifices she endured. But tonight feels different, like she's stepping into her own power. The wine warms her, a symbol of her newfound independence, and she feels the gentle weight of her years of wisdom and resilience. She's finally realized that her strength doesn't lie in fighting her past but in accepting it and moving forward. The city sleeps, unaware of the fierce woman enjoying her quiet victory. Eleonora's heart swells with hope, she knows that her story is no longer defined by suffering but by rebirth. She raises her glass in a quiet toast, to her future, unfettered and free. Eleonora's circle grows smaller, but her bond with those who truly understand her deepens. She begins to embrace life's joys, laughter, friendship, moments of genuine connection. Her transformation inspires others who feel trapped by their circumstances, reminding them that age isn't a cage but a door to new adventures. This gathering is a celebration of her resilience, a toast to the woman who weathered storms and emerged stronger. Her genuine smile lights up the room, and her eyes sparkle with newfound purpose. She shares her story not with regret but with pride, empowering others to discover their own strength. This community, her sanctuary, becomes the foundation of her future, to live fully, love fiercely, and be unapologetically herself. Planting a rose bush, the act of nurturing, is Eleonora's silent testament to her own growth. She has learned that resilience, like a fragile flower, requires patience, care, and sometimes, a little pain. Each seed she sows echoes her hope for a future that blooms on her terms. The soil is rich, and her hands are steady, earthy and alive. With each plant she nurtures, she reclaims her dignity and independence. The garden she tends to is more than just flora, it's her sanctuary, a place where she can heal and flourish. Here, away from the chaos and betrayal, she finds peace. Her hands, weathered yet gentle, remind her that life's true beauty comes from perseverance and love, both for herself and her new beginnings. Her story unfolds on the pages of her journal, a testament to her resilience and vision. Each word, carefully penned, captures her journey from despair to hope, from betrayal to freedom. She writes to immortalize her lessons, to remind herself of her strength, and perhaps to inspire others who find themselves lost in the shadows of aging and betrayal. Her thoughts flow freely, memories, dreams, and affirmations, woven into a tapestry of renewal. This act of writing is a ritual, a declaration that her voice matters. Age may have dimmed others' perceptions, but to her, it's unlocked her deepest truths. As the pages fill, she feels lighter, ready to continue her journey, knowing her story is forever her own. Dawn heralds a new chapter, a fresh start painted in the golden hues of sunrise. Eleonora stands at her doorstep, the house of her dreams, not as a prize for others' schemes but as her sanctuary. The journey to this moment has been long, arduous, but every step has fortified her spirit. She looks out over her new domain, noting that this house isn't just brick and mortar but a symbol of her resilience. Years of silent suffering, heartbreak, and sacrifice have culminated here, her victory against those who once dismissed her, labeling her old and useless. She knows better now. She laughs quietly at the irony, her uselessness was actually her greatest strength. Now, she's free to be the woman she's always meant to be, the architect of her destiny, unshackled by the past. This is Eleonora's story, a saga of pain transformed into power, heartbreak into hope. She once believed her worth was tied to others' perception, but she's learned that true strength lies within. The betrayal by Robert and Lisa was just a chapter, not the end. Her final lesson is clear: age isn't the end, but a beginning, surrender isn't defeat, but an opportunity to rebuild. She stands amidst her garden, a living testament to her resilience, her spirit unbreakable. Her heart beats with the confidence of a woman who has reclaimed her life, alone, free, and utterly unstoppable. In her silence, there's a roar, a quiet, unyielding victory. She is finally the author of her own story.